guys are off to a nice start, 3-2, won a doubleheader the other day. Talk about your season so far.
Well, we've been rained out a lot.
Okay.
But other than that, I think we have a good ball club right now, and we're just trying to find the right guys to give us a good chance to compete, to be successful.
So these are your last games before conference. Talk about the importance of today's games and what you hope to get out of them.
Well, I got to see which guys can compete at a high level and which guys are going to be able to compete in conference to give us a chance to actually get back to the regional tournament.
Okay, so you got a couple of guys that have done really well. Rogers and Castillo have gotten off to pretty good starts offensively. What other things are you looking for offensively from either them or other guys?
Well, just all in general, I just need guys to get on base and be able to manufacture a run every inning. If we could at least score or scratch one across every inning, I think we'll have a good chance at the end of the game to have a good chance of winning.
So today you got okay. So you can help me. You can inform me here while we're talking. Are we going 2 7s, 7 9?
We're going to 7 and a 9.
Okay. All right. So who's going to get the ball today, and how are you going to approach the pitching? Are you stretching things out to kind of see where you're at on that, or are you going to kind of Johnny Holstaff it? Or?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Game 1, we're going to go ahead and put Rat and Ratliff to start the game, and then after that, we're just going to go piece by piece. Right. We're going to try to see everybody we can right now to see who we're going to use in conference and also throughout the year.
Well, the other thing it offers you is 16 innings of live action.
Yes, sir.
You said you've been rained out. We're not going to get rained out tonight. It's going to be a little chilly, and with the turf, I don't think we're going to lose any. You're going to get these in.
Yes, sir.
So you got 16 innings of ball where this is your last chance before conference to see what some of these guys are going to do against live hitters.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good benchmark to see which guys are going to be ready to play. Both teams got to play in the same conditions day in and day out.
Yep.
So if we get our guys in and ready to compete, and their heads are up and they stay humble to the game, I think we'll be fine.
So what is your outlook for the MAC this year? How do you feel about your guys? You've seen them all fall. You've seen a little bit of a snapshot here in 5 games. What do you think?
I love my club. I like my guys. I think the biggest thing compared to other years is these guys like each other, so the chemistry is there. We just got to find a way to win ball games.
Well, 12th year as the head coach, man, time flies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just excited that you're back. I appreciate you playing Doug. I know getting D3 games for him is really a challenge, and just from the program standpoint, I'm gonna do this every time you guys come over here or anytime he plays you, and I have a chance to visit with you. Thanks for playing Doug. I know it means a lot to him. It means a lot to the program, and hopefully it's a beneficial thing for both sides. And hopefully today is a good day for you guys.
Yes, sir. I love coming out here. I mean, you always give me good hospitality when I took over 2007 with you here. I love coming out here. And believe it or not, it's a good benchmark playing you all. I mean, you all have success year in, year out, and if we want to win, we have to beat the best.
Well, Robert, thanks for your time. I hope today goes well. I don't know how many times our paths are going to cross this spring. I wish you guys the best over in the Metro, and hope things are well with your family. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, big thank you to Robert Daly. It's always good to see him. 13th year, he corrected me after the interview was over, that this is actually his 13th season as the skipper of the Cedar Valley Suns. They're coming over to Mike Carter, and it's going to be a little chilly today, but there's definitely some humidity in the air, and that's going to keep it cool. But the Cedar Valley Suns come into this ball game 3-2 on the year, and they won their first game. They actually split a doubleheader with Vernon to open up the season. And then they lost to Hill and then swept the doubleheader to Laterno JV. So they're coming off 2 wins. They're coming in with some positive vibes. And the Apaches on a 5-game winning streak of their own. They took 2 from Richland the other day in their first road game. So couldn't catch up with Coach Wren. I was a little late getting here today, but I did catch up to Tyler Abney. So we're going to hear from him in a few minutes. Let's go through what's happening inside the Region 14 junior college world as we continue to roll in this pregame show. The Apaches, of course, on the season are 11-1, off to an outstanding start. And of course, the sweep at Richland, 2 close games at Richland, 7-6 and then 2-0. Now, there's a little controversy here. I thought we had a combined no-hitter. Coach Rupenthal told me that they may have changed the scoring on one of those plays. So we'll have to get Ed to give us a clarification on that a little later. But Tyler Junior College 11-1, Coastal Bend right now at 7-8 on the year. In the eastern zone of the Division I Conference in Region 14, Angelina has started out 6-4. The Apaches play Angelina at Angelina in their next ball games after today. And according to Ed, they gave up 1 hit and 0 hits. Okay, our records are going to say that it was a combined no-hitter. So the Apaches will play the Angelina Roadrunners. Well, let's just see. Yeah, I'm not. I think it's Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, 5 o'clock start. 5 o'clock. I'm going to assume that's going to be a single 9 over down in Lufkin. And so after today's doubleheader, I'll be out at Brook Hill tomorrow calling some softball. But the Apaches will have a day off, and then they'll head down to Lufkin, play single 9 at 5 against Angelina. And then we're back here Wednesday, doubleheader against Bossier Parish. That's a noon start on Wednesday the 20th. So the Apaches are going to stay busy during this time of the year for sure. Getting back to the Region 14 outlook here. So Angelina at the 6-4 overall. Bossier is 7-0. So a couple of challenging games coming up this week against some Division I opponents who have gotten off to a pretty good start. Panola is 10-4, or 10-1, excuse me. Navarro 6-4. Northeast Texas Community College 2-7, and Paris Junior College is 2-7 so far this season. None of those teams have played any conference games up to this point. In the south zone of Division I, Region 14, Blinn College is off to a 4-1 start. Sanjak is 8-3 at the moment. Alvin is 6-5. Galveston 2-4. Laredo is 1-5, and Wharton is 5-4. And so there's your Region 14 standings as we speak. Nobody's played any conference games yet. Of course, the Apaches have the luxury of not having to play Coastal. That's the only other team in their at their level and in this region until April. So lots of baseball between now and then for Coach Wren and the Apaches, kind of tweaking the pitching. And I'm wondering if we're having an umpire issue here. Coach Wren's going over to talk to Coach Daly, and I'm going to guess that this is about umpires. We're 10 minutes from game time, and the umpires may be late, and so we may have to cut you loose here. Not officially cut you loose. We won't stop the stream, but we may just put on the crowd mic for some music. They're playing some country music right now if we're a little late starting. Normally it's the other way around. I'm having to scramble to get this stuff done. So in Region 5 play, let's give you the rundown what's going on out where the Cedar Valley Suns play. The standings in Region 5. Cisco is off to a 9-0 start. Ranger is 5-0. Hill College is 4-0. This Cedar Valley Sun team has played Hill. They lost to Hill earlier this year. North Central 5-1. Weatherford is 6-2. McLennan 8-4. Vernon is 8-4. The Cedar Valley Sun team has played Vernon earlier this year. They split a doubleheader with Vernon. Grayson is 3-4, and Temple is 4-7. That's the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. In the West Texas Junior College Athletic Conference, that's the other part, the other Division I conference. New Mexico Military off to an 8-1 start. Clarendon 2-1. Odessa 4-2-1. Howard 4-3. Frank Phillips is 2-3. One of those wins was against the Apaches. Two of those losses are via the Apaches. New Mexico Junior College 2-3. Luna Community College 3-5. Midland is 2-4. El Paso Community College 4-10. Western Texas College is 1-5. Here come the umpires, not too late. And in the Metro Conference, which is the conference that the Cedar Valley Suns participate in, Richland, who the Apaches just gave their first two losses to, they're 9-2 now after the Apache sweep this week. Eastfield is 6-2. Cedar Valley is 3-2. North Lake is 5-8. Brookhaven 2-8. Mountain View is 0-8. So that's your Metro rundown. Those are all Division III schools over in the Dallas area. And so now you're all caught up on the Region 5 and Region 14 junior college standings as we head into this Saturday, February 16th. Got the lineups here, and before we go through the lineups, I did have a chance to talk to first base coach Tyler Abney. Now let's see if we can pull that up real quick and listen to what Coach Abney. I had some interesting questions for him, and I'll be curious to rehear those again. So let's just see if we can get this going here.
Out of it now, talk about what it's like to be a coach.
It's very different to be on the other side. It's something new to me. It's actually been fun, but at times you'll miss the game.
Okay. What's your role over there at first base? What do you see as your contribution to this club?
Just let them know, give them times, and if I have tendencies on the pitchers, if he's a U or C, let them know when to go. It comes from the dugout, but I transfer it to him.
All right, so what's the long-term goal here? Do you feel like you want to stay in coaching? Is this you're kind of checking it out right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm kind of checking it out right now. I'm liking it so far, but we'll see where it'll take me.
What's the hardest part about being a coach?
The hardest part, probably not being able to play.
Just being so close to the fire, huh?
I'm only like 6 months out of the game.
Exactly. So what's the early prognosis on being a long-term coach here? What do you think? You like it enough to stick with it?
I like it enough. I think I would like doing football a little more than baseball.
Okay. So you can do both.
Yeah,
at the high school level.
Right.
So
I would like to do
if you had your dream job as a football, baseball coach, where would it be?
Lufkin, Texas.
Lufkin.
Yep.
All right, so the big question today is it's a little chilly out. What are we wearing?
Right now, me and Tim are just going with a hoodie.
Okay.
We might go back to the big jacket. We don't know yet.
Well, you know I comment on it every time. So.
Yeah, that's right here.
Tyler, thanks for your time. I hope today goes well, and we'll look forward to talking to you again sometime.
Thank you.
All right, that was Tyler Abney, and he gave us everything from what his favorite sport to coach might be to what they're wearing today. I'm glad to hear him and Coach Hunter are coordinating their wardrobes. They're going with the hoodie to start the game. So a big thank you to Coach Abney. I was late getting out here, and Coach Wren and Coach Rupenthal were occupied. But I grabbed Coach Abney, and he gave me a good little interview there, so I appreciate him taking a few minutes of his time. As we're getting ready to play baseball, Coach Wren is at home plate with Coach Robert Daly and the three umpires that are going to be calling today's game. And we're a few minutes from first pitch. Let me go through the starting lineups as we get ready to play baseball. The Cedar Valley Suns are 3-2 on the season. They're led by 13th-year head coach Robert Daly. And he's been around long enough that I actually coached against him. So good to see Robert at the ballpark here in Tyler. Leading off for the Suns, the second baseman Chandler Boyd. Center fielder Billy Rogers bats second. Designated hitter Jose Castillo will bat third. Grant Moore is the first baseman. He'll bat cleanup for the Suns. Isaiah Diermeyer is the left fielder. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth is Leo Aguilar, the catcher. Right fielder Dakota Moore will bat seventh. Shortstop Ben Cross will bat eighth. And Blake Birdwell, playing third base, will bat ninth for Cedar Valley. On the mound for the Suns, Ryan Ratliff, right-hand sophomore from Emory, Texas. For-year Apaches, they come into this ball game on a 5-game winning streak. They are 11-1 on the season. They're led by 10th-year head coach Doug Wren. Here's what Coach Wren penned on his lineup card a few minutes ago. Leading off in center field is Jacob Johnson. Batting second is the left fielder Eric Owen. Batting third is the first baseman Michael Morissette. Batting cleanup for the Apaches today, designated hitter Jason Ballou. Seth Ballinger off to a nice start playing second base. He's batting fifth in this ball game. Fiver Trimble will bat sixth and play right field. The third baseman is Heath Hood today. He'll bat seventh. Catching for the Apaches is Kendall Price. He'll bat eighth, and batting ninth for the Apaches, the shortstop Jacoby Bogue. The pitcher for the Apaches as we start this one will be right-handed freshman from Hallsville, Texas, 6'1" and 195, Cooper Rawls. Get you some more information on Cooper Rawls, but let's take a moment and honor America with our national anthem. We are ready to play ball here at Mike Carter Field. A beautiful, it's beautiful in the press box, I'll say that. Press box, oh man, we got to cut that down. It's got 80 degrees here. We're going to be sweating in a few minutes. Dial that back a few degrees. 75, how's that? It's not 75 outside, 45, 30 degrees chillier out there. Boy, you better have a jacket on today, but hopefully you're warm where you're at. Not too bad, actually, at the ballpark. We've had a mist all day here in Tyler. We're getting ready to play on this turf, and boy, if it was a natural surface, it'd be kind of soggy out there, but the turf will play fine, and the Apaches are taking the field. Wearing their black uniforms today with the pinstripe pants, got the paneled hat, not the favorite of Dr. Charles Johnson, but they're wearing them. So the doctor is in the house. He's sitting next to me up here in the press box. Let's go through the defensive alignment for the Apaches. Out in left field, it's Eric Owen. In center, Jacob Johnson. In right field, Fiver Trimble. Around the infield, at third, it's Heath Hood. Jacoby Bogue will play short today in Game 1. Doubleheader day at the ballpark. 7-9 doubleheader. At second base, Seth Ballinger. First baseman is Michael Morissette. Behind the plate, Kendall Price. And on the mound for the Apaches, the right-handed freshman from Hallsville, Texas, 6'1" and 195, Cooper Rawls. Rawls gets the start here in the 7-inning game. For Cooper Rawls, it's his 4th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 1.20 ERA. All four of his appearances have been as a starter. He's thrown 15 innings so far this season, struck out 14, and walked just 2. So he's been a strike thrower. And Rawls will get the nod here in Game 1 of the double dip. 45 degrees here at game time, 89% humidity, and we got an ever so slight easterly breeze at 6 miles an hour. That's going to be in from left center field. So if anything, that ball's not going to travel too well today. If anything, might be knocked down just a hair. So we'll walk you through this Cedar Valley lineup as we go through this first inning. Leading off is the second baseman, Chandler Boyd. Chandler Boyd, a sophomore from Groesbeck, Texas. And we're underway at 4:02. Just a couple of minutes tardy. Glad you're with us. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. And there you go. The 4:02 is right on time. Cooper Rawls has fallen behind 2-0. Chandler Boyd, the leadoff hitter. In there for a strike. Boyd listed at 5'10", 165. Sophomore infielder. Here's the 2-1. Outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Sun's wearing the all grays today. Got the orange and black trim all the way around. Got the black ball caps with kind of the Cincinnati Red C on the front in orange. A little tapper to third, and that's going to trickle foul. And we'll do it again with a 2-2 count. Got some little black piping down the side of the uniform, and they got the black piping on the pants. They're wearing the black stirrups. And, boy, they're missing a first base coach, so I wonder if they're going to fill that void here if somebody gets on base or what the deal is over there. Got a third base coach. 2-2 pitch. Well hit left field. This is high, and if it stays fair, it's trouble, and it stays fair. It's going to bounce all the way into the corner, and Boyd, I don't know if he missed first base. I look up, and he was standing on first. He gets to second, nonetheless, and it's a leadoff double for Chandler Boyd. Well, he put a good swing on that, and the ball stayed fair by a foot or so and rolled around in that corner. It's 325 right down the lines here at Mike Carter. 361 in the gaps, 370 straight away with an 18-foot high wall. all the way around the ballpark. Here's left-handed batting center fielder Billy Rogers. First pitch to Rogers misses, ball 1. So a nice start for the Suns as Chandler Boyd catches one on a 2-2 pitch from Cooper Rawls. Rawls now going from the stretch position. The pitch off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Billy Rogers, an outfielder, sophomore from Mesquite Poteet High School. Steps in for the first time against the Apache right-hander. The 2-0. Outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Well, the no-hitter is now gone for Cooper Rawls. Just misses. 3-1. Well, as we talked in the pregame a little bit, there's, according to our stats, we had a combined no-hitter against Richland in that nightcap, 2-0 win for the Apaches. But Coach Rubenthal was saying that the Richland official scorer called one of those, I don't know if it was an error. Did we have an error that went under the glove, I think, of the shortstop? Is that what he said? And they called it a hit, so I don't know. Not sure it's going to matter since it was 3 different guys. If it was one guy, then it'd be a little more of a issue. But the only thing it might, I don't know, we're going to have to document the no-hitters in Apache history. There's not a lot of them. 3-2 pitch coming up to Billy Rogers. Ball's well hit. High center field. Johnson's camped under it. And he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So 1 out now, and Boyd stays at second. Here's Jose Castillo now, the designated hitter. He'll step in from the left side. See if Cooper Rawls can work through this leadoff double without giving up a run. That's the goal right here. First pitch. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. The Cedar Valley campus is in South Dallas in Lancaster, Texas. It's just about an hour and a half due west of Tyler on I-20. Rawls going to use that inside move to try to keep Boyd close to second. Jacoby Bogue is playing a little jitterbug behind him. Got the left-handed batter at the plate, so he can afford to scoot over there a bit here. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball, that's going to go foul. Now they do have a first base coach. All right. Might have drawn the short straw over there. I don't know where he was. He was not there for the first batter. And Boyd, I don't know, certainly wouldn't have made a difference, but his ball went into the left field corner, and it would have probably helped him to have a coach over there on the first hit of the ball game. Here's the 0-2. That ball's well hit. 2-hop to left field, and Boyd will hold up at third. Nice piece of hitting by Castillo. 1B7 in my scorebook. Boyd goes to third. Now you got first and third, only 1 out for Grant Moore. Grant Moore, the cleanup hitter. Moore, a sophomore from Mansfield Legacy High School. Playing first base for the Suns, batting cleanup. So Rawls with a little bit of a challenge here in inning number 1. First pitch off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. One of the things I've noticed is that He has not been getting ahead of these hitters. Almost every one of them 1-0, 2-0 before he locks into that strike zone. Going from the stretch, the 1-0. Foul ball off to the right side and just does clear the fence. Well, there's blankets aplenty in the bleachers. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Solid fastball. Looked like it was low and outer half. And now he does work ahead of this guy. Moore now in a hole, 1-2. Castillo not likely to move here. Has a runner at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch, way off the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the infield's about normal depth. Actually, you got Heath Hood behind third base, so you would think that they might go down angles here with Boyd at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ball gets away, and here comes the first run of the game. He's safe. That's a pass ball. Kendall Price let that one get away from him, and it trickled back to the backstop, and everybody moves up. Boyd comes home to score. It's 1-0 Cedar Valley. Castillo jogged down to second base. And the count goes full, 3-2. Still only 1 out. And the Suns have taken the lead. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Man, how big was that pass ball? Now you got 2 outs. You can play big infield here now. Runner at second. Here's Isaiah Diermeyer. Diermeyer, a sophomore from Keller, went to Fossil Ridge High School. He'll try to drive in Castillo from second. The ball's high and deep to left, but not deep enough. Eric Owen has got plenty of room, makes the grab, and that's the final out of inning number 1. F7 if you're scoring at the house. The Suns do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a guy on, and they lead at 1-0 as the Apaches will come to hit in their half of the first inning. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's walk you back through the Apache lineup as we get ready to play baseball here in the bottom half of inning number 1. First go-around for the Apaches here today. Leading off is center fielder Jacob Johnson. Batting second is the left fielder Eric Owen. Micah Morissette bats third. Jason Ballou will bat cleanup. Seth Ballinger, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Right fielder Fiver Trimble bats sixth. Third baseman Heath Hood will bat seventh. Kendall Price is the catcher. He'll bat eighth. Jacoby Bogue will bat ninth for the Apaches. Defensively for the Cedar Valley Suns, Isaiah Diermeyer in left, Billy Rogers in center, Dakota Moore in right. Around the infield, Blake Birdwell at third, Ben Cross at short, Chandler Boyd at second, Grant Moore at first, Leo Aguilar behind the plate, and on the mound, the right-handed sophomore from Emory, Texas, Raines High School, 6'3" and 235, Ryan Ratliff. Ratliff gets the start here in Game 1, 7-inning ball game for the Cedar Valley Suns. He's 0-1 with a 13.5 ERA. His only appearance has been as a starter. He pitched 2 innings, struck out 1, and walked 2. So Ratliff will get his second appearance of the year. These are the last ball games for the Suns before they start Metro Athletic Conference play during this next week. So last dress rehearsal for the ball club from Lancaster, as they'll play the Richland Thunder Ducks this week to open up MAC play. Stepping in for the Apaches, center fielder Jacob Johnson. First pitch to Jacob in there, strike one. Johnson, the freshman outfielder from Bullard. 0-1 pitch. That's going to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Little chopper, and I don't know what that hit, but Johnson's going to limp around a little bit, shake it off. He got hit in the leg last week. Did not play the second game of the doubleheader, and seen Johnson in different spots in this lineup. Coach Wren's got him back in the leadoff spot here today. He'll walk it off, take a deep breath, and get back in with a 1-2 count. Ryan Ratliff, pretty good size young man. Listed on the roster at 6'3", 235. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck Johnson out. First strikeout of the ball game for Ryan Ratliff, and that will bring up Eric Owen. Owen, the sophomore from White Oak. He steps in for the first time today. We were 45 degrees at game time, and this time of day we're probably not getting any warmer. Of course, as that sun drops, and we got no sunshine here at all. I haven't had any all day. Not forecast to get anywhere. As the darkness sets in, it will get chillier. 1 ball, no strikes to Owen. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Carter Field, part of the Rose City Complex, right next to the Rose Garden. And the Harvey Convention Center is on the premises as well, as is Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Football Stadium off to the right. So lots of things happening here almost every day, and certainly on the weekends there's activities galore as well. So 2 balls and a strike to Owen as Ryan Ratliff continues to work here in inning number 1. Ball popped out of the glove of Leo Aguilar. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. A pretty good hack right there on a fastball. Fouls it straight back, and count will go 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, as predicted, Tyler Abney and Tim Hunter are wearing the hoodie. Ryan Ratliff wearing the pants up today, showing the stripes. Kind of like that. The 3-2 pitch, strike 3 called. Owen thought he had ball 4 and started toward first, but Mr. Umpire has the only opinion that matters, and there's 2 up and 2 down. Perfect game still intact. At this rate, he'll strike out 21 Apaches. Struck out the first 2 batters of the ball game. Here's Michael Morissette. Morissette, the sophomore first baseman from Frisco Centennial High School over in the Metroplex. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs and nobody aboard here in the bottom of inning number 1. A little different, I don't know, can't remember exactly what the lineup looked like at Richland, but last weekend got a couple of guys in different spots for Coach Wren today. Morissette steps in with a 2-0 count. Ratliff's one of those starters that likes to go from the stretch. They'll tap her off to the first base side. Apaches are in the first base dugout here at Mike Carter, and visitor team is always in the third base dugout. Oh, okay. Thank you, Charles. Softball won 11-4 over, do we know if they swept today? Okay. So softballers have won 3 in a row against Odessa. I called 2 of those games yesterday out at White House. What a nice facility they have in White House. White House High School has just opened a brand new baseball-softball complex. There's tennis courts right there as well. I actually walked into their they got a 60-yard indoor football facility that's brand new. 3-1 pitch, and Morissette fouls it off, and will go full for the second batter in a row. So the Apache softballers had a scheduling conflict at Brook Hill Friday, Saturday, so they had to play Odessa. The Wranglers out at White House High School yesterday, and they're playing another doubleheader today. They have turf on both softball and baseball fields out there. Beautiful facility. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off. That's going to get over the Avalon and into the parking lot. That's going to head toward those Cedar Valley vans. And 3 vans come in. Players, some of these teams have the big buses. Some of them have the Yellow Goose buses, and the Suns have the 3 vans they brought over today. Just about 100 miles on the dot from here to Lancaster. Made that trip more times than I want to think about. Ground ball right side. This is Boyd at second, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Ryan Ratliff. So we'll head to inning number 2, and the Cedar Valley Suns have done exactly what Robert Daly wanted to do. He said if we score 1 run every inning, we got a pretty good chance of winning. So far they're ahead. It's 1-0. We head to the second inning. Back in just a minute. All right, so a little update here on the softballers. They actually swept a doubleheader today, 11-4 and 12-4 against Odessa. So they swept Odessa in 4-game series out at White House High School. Popped up on the first pitch, and who's going to call it? It's going to be, look out for the bat there. Boy, nice job of staying with that. Kendall Price catches that pop-up for out number 1. It's one of the things you got to be careful of, and that bat was dropped right there in the path of where Kendall Price was. He had his eyes glued on the baseball as he should have, but just hope he doesn't step on that, and he didn't. So first out is recorded. Stepping in for Cedar Valley, that was Leo Aguilar popping up. Here's Dakota Moore for the first time. And it's Cooper Rawls back on the mound for the Apaches. 0-1 pitch in there. It's 0-2. So the Apache softballers run their record to 7-3 on the year. Congrats to Coach Maria Wynn Ratliff. 4-game sweep of the Odessa Wranglers. Strike 3 called. Quickly now, 2 outs here in the second inning. Strikeout number 2 for Cooper Rawls. And stepping in for the Suns is Ben Cross, the shortstop. He's batting in the 8th position. We're in the second inning. The Suns have a 1-0 lead. A leadoff double and a single by Jose Castillo. And a pass ball is actually what scored the run. Back in the first inning. First pitch is in there, and Rawls seems to be dialed in. just missed that one. Apache softballers will play tomorrow. I'll be calling those games. Western Texas College comes to town. We'll be back at Brook Hill and Bullard tomorrow. 1 o'clock's doubleheader. As the Apaches try to keep that win streak alive. Coming off a 50-plus win season last year. 55-14 were the Apache softballers last season. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Popped up to the left side, and that's also going to get over the Avalon. Still waiting for those leaves to fill in on that tree I park under. Got plenty of branches, but the leaves are trying. They just aren't here yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuce is wild. Just missed off the plate with a breaking pitch. Tried to backdoor him there. And the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rawls trying to make it a 1-2-3 second here. Now to step off. He and Kendall Price trying to get on the same page. Now the hitter's going to ask for time. Ben Cross is going to step out. I don't know. It's got plenty of players not even wearing sleeves today, and Cross is one of them, and there's a walk. So a 2-out walk to the 8th spot. And it's the first walk for Rawls. Here's Blake Birdwell, the third baseman for the first time today. He's in the 9th position, so he'll be the last Cedar Valley Sun to face Cooper Rawls for the first time. Going from the stretch now, the pitch. In there, strike 1. Birdwell, the sophomore from Burleson, Texas, Centennial High School. There goes the runner. Throw down to second. Not in time. It's a stolen base for shortstop Ben Cross. And now you're just a 18 hopper through the infield from getting another run. Coach Daly made it clear what his strategy is. He's trying to get 1 run every inning. Feels like if he can do that, he's going to have a healthy chance to win more than he loses. I don't disagree with that. Although that theme doesn't ring well in the big leagues these days, is they're just as happy to strike out more than they get hits and hope that they get a 2 or 3 run homer. Small ball is evaporating from the game at all levels. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. That's a wild pitch, and Kendall Price couldn't find the ball. Finally does run back and pick it up, but over to third goes Ben Cross on the wild pitch. And there you go. Boy, a couple of free bases here early in this game. We'll see if Cooper Rawls can kind of right the ship here, but hit a pass ball in the first inning that really cost the Apaches, and there's a wild pitch. It also is going to move the runner into third base. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets out of it. So Rawls strikes two batters out here in the second inning. And we'll head to the bottom of inning number 2. The score remains Cedar Valley 1 and Tyler 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. We're in Tyler, Texas, about a mile inside the West Loop. The Apaches will bring 4, 5, and 6 to the plate against Ryan Ratliff, the sophomore from Emory. Jason Ballou steps in and takes ball 1. 1-0 pitch in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ballou, Ballinger, and Trimble to face Ratliff here in the second inning. Ratliff struck out 2 of the 3 Apaches he's faced in the first inning. Pitch is in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ratliff is getting ahead of these hitters. We saw Cooper Rawls in that first inning fall behind a lot of the Sun hitters, but Rawls seemed to right the ship in inning 2. Ratliff has picked up where he left off. Boy, look out! Golly, that ball went whizzing right by Ballinger. Tell you, the on-deck area here is so unprotected and so close. It's almost a miracle we don't have guys getting hurt every game over there. I'd feel a little better if we had either more space or a protective screen over there. All right. I'm not sure what was called there. Coach Wren doesn't know either. Oh, it might have tipped the bat. Home plate umpire, I think, said that ball just grazed the bat as a foul tip, and the catcher held on. So that's going to go down as a strikeout. His 3rd strikeout of the game. Coach Wren is taking exception there, but again, Mr. Umpire behind the dish, he's the head umpire, and he's the opinion that matters in this particular instance, and in all instances for that matter. So here's Seth Ballinger for the first time. First pitch to Seth off the plate, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Misses off the plate, 2-0. Fastball outside, called a strike. I'm not sure why I'm getting the play-by-play here, but I don't want it. Two balls and a strike to Ballinger. Second baseman from Carthage, Texas. The pitch. Look out down the left field line, and the ball goes right between Coach Hunter and the third base umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ballinger steps in from that left side. Apaches have had 1, 3, and 5 now from the left side. Fiver Trimble, right-handed batter, waits on deck for the Apaches. 2-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. And look out in the dugout. Ballinger a little late on that, and it went right off the netting in front of their dugout. Got some guys over there with their glove on now. Yeah, I wish these... it's a beautiful ballpark here at Mike Carter. Built in 1938, renovated in the early 90s, and then the turf was added here 3 years ago. 2-2 pitch. Misses high. Full now on Ballinger. 1 out, nobody aboard. We're in the bottom of inning number 2. 1-0 Cedar Valley. Ratliff from the stretch, the pitch. Just missed. A good at bat by Ballinger, and he reaches. There goes the perfect game. Ballinger's the first base runner for the Apaches. Here's Fiver Trimble. Trimble steps in. Runner at first, 1 out. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Fiver, the sophomore from White House, Texas. I was out there. He didn't get to play on these turf fields. They just opened them. I'm guessing that those softball games yesterday might have been the first games that have been played on those fields officially. I think the high schools can't play. They have not started their season. Next weekend? Is that when they start? Softball and baseball has not started officially yet here in Texas. Still scrimmaging. There was a baseball scrimmage as we left the ballpark yesterday. 1-1 pitch fouled off. That was reminiscent of the strike 3 call right there. Jason Ballou kind of barely swung the bat, and evidently Mr. Umpire heard a tip off the bat, and the strikeout was recorded. Coach Wren gave some protest, but to no avail. So Fiver with a 1-2 count, 1 out, and 1 aboard. Here's the pitch. Well hit, center field, and going to drop in front of the center fielder, Rogers, for a single. Good job by Fiver there with 2 strikes. Just put the bat on the ball, first and second, 1 out. So there goes the no-hitter. Lost a perfect game with the walk, and Fiver breaks up the no-hitter here in the 2nd inning. And stepping in now is Heath Hood for the first time. Heath Hood, freshman, third baseman from White Oak, Texas. Ryan Ratliff, the big right-hander from Raines High School in Emory, Texas, on the mound for the Suns. First pitch just misses high, and it's 1-0. The Suns have played 5 games so far. Coach Daly talked about how many rainouts they've had, so they're going to go into conference play with just 7 games under their belt. Apaches have played 12, 11-1. Of course, the turf has a lot to do with that, as the Apaches played their first 10 games in the friendly confines of Mike Carter here with the artificial surface. Their only road games being the doubleheader at Richland this past week. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Fly ball right field. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it's going to drift foul into the Apache bullpen. Boy, that was close. Off the bat, you thought it might rattle around in that corner, but it just didn't get down in time. I would love for them to take this fence down and put some padding on the brick wall. We would have corners at 340. How nice would that be? We'd have so many triples in this ballpark. It'd be a totally different. And the fence, you can see it's only about, 7 foot tall. You'd have some robbed home runs. You'd have some triples in the corners. And it's shallow in center field, so you got an 8-foot high wall instead of 18. Fly ball that's going to go out of play down the right side again. They put this chain link up when the minor league team came here in the early 90s, and they had, at one point, they had advertisements all the way across this ballpark, 2 levels of it. They had 2 rows of signage all the way around this ballpark, and they had about 5 or 6 interns chasing about $250,000 in advertising every year. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Ground ball left side. This could be 2, 5, 4, and 3 not in time. Good hustle by Hood. Fiver's out at second on the 5-4 putout. Ballinger will reach third, and Hood will be at first base. So first and third now with 2 away. Stepping in is the catcher, Kendall Price, for the first time today. Price batting in the 8th spot for Coach Wren. Kendall Price, the catcher from Forney, getting the nod behind the dish today with Cooper Rawls on the mound. 2 outs and 2 aboard. The Apaches trying to work from behind here. They trail the Suns 1-0. Hood with a pretty good lead over there at first base. First pitch misses, ball 1. Coach Wren going through the number signs in the dugout. Everybody looks at their wristbands to see what's on. A lot you can do right here. First and third, 2 outs. Pitch. Little check swing. We've seen a couple of, actually he's the third batter this inning that have kind of very hesitantly checked their swing. Ballou did it with 2 strikes, and actually the ball appeared to tip off the bat and was caught by the catcher for an out. We saw Fiver do the same thing. Now Price even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the second. It's a 1-0 Cedar Valley lead. The pitch. Just missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch, fly ball. This should end the inning as Rogers drifts into shallow right center, makes the grab for the final out. So nice job there by Ryan Ratliff to get out of any further trouble. It's out of that 2-out, 2-base runner jam. We'll head to the third inning. The Suns hold on to a 1-0 lead. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. We're in Tyler, Texas. Kind of a chilly, soggy day here in Tyler. Started at 45 degrees, and I'll check that weather here momentarily. First pitch misses, ball 1. This is the top of the Cedar Valley lineup. Chandler Boyd doubled back in the first inning, and he ended up scoring the game's only run on a pass ball. So a couple of Apaches trying to get healthy. Got Watson and Meisner both out with little bumps and bruises. 3 balls and no strikes now. Boyd trying to reach for the second consecutive time. Pitch is in there, 3-1. Chandler Boyd, the second baseman. .563 average for Boyd. That's going to help the cause right there. Coming into the game, he was 9 for 16, 6 runs scored, 2 doubles, a triple, and 3 RBIs for Boyd. So had a nice start, and he's got a nice start to this game. Been on both times, doubled his first time up, and he draws a walk. Here's Billy Rogers, the center fielder. He flew out to center his first time up. Fastball called a strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Rogers batting .550 on the year, 11 for 20. Scored 4 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 8 RBI, leads the club. 1-1 pitch, just missed off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Well, wouldn't be surprised if Boyd looks to steal here. That's going to miss low. And now you're probably not going to steal with a 3-1 count. You're 1 pitch away from getting a walk here. The Suns have stolen 8 bases in, well, let's see here, 8 and 9 tries. And it's a 4-pitch walk, and boy, the Suns, first 2 base runners aboard here in the 2nd inning. 3rd walk of the game for Cooper Walls. And now you got 1st and 2nd, nobody out, and you'll see if you got Castillo bunting here. Castillo with a .500 average. He's 9 for 18. He's got a couple of doubles. He does have 1 home run, and he's just behind Rogers with 7 RBIs. Well, you probably don't like having to bunt him. We'll see what Coach Daly decides to do here. 1-0 is the count. Solid strike there. Boy, it almost, the way he stepped out of the box there, almost looked like he might have had him taken there. He looked over to Coach Daly, and surely you're going to turn him loose here with a 1-1 count. 2 on, nobody out. We're in the 3rd inning. That ball's low. As boy, Cooper Rawls has been kind of feast or famine. He struggled a bit with his command in inning 1. Looked really sharp in the 2nd inning, and now here in the 3rd, he's having a little trouble finding the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. He's walked the first 2 of the inning. The pitch. Ground ball right side through the hole. Runner is going to be sent home. Here's the throw from Trimble in right, and not in time. 2-0 Cedar Valley. RBI single for Jose Castillo. So Castillo drives in Boyd, and the Suns take a 2-0 lead. And still 2 on, nobody out for Grant Moore. They got 2 Moores. One's got 2 O's and one's got 1. Grant Moore is hitting .083 on the year. He's 1 for 12. First pitch drifts off the plate. Moore batting cleanup. First baseman struck out looking his first time up. Cooper Rawls looking for outs here. Well hit ball to center. That's going to fall in front of Johnson. And it was kind of a bloop, so everyone had to kind of hesitate when they took off. So everybody moves up 1 spot. Back-to-back singles has the bases loaded. So 1 run is in. The bases are loaded. Still no one out. Here's Isaiah Diermeyer. That's going to bring a visit from Coach Rubenthal. Well, what an inning for the Suns. They've added a run, and they're looking for more. Well, Mr. Umpire is going to go out and break up the party. As Coach Ruppethal just going out there with a couple of words of encouragement for Cooper Rawls. Cooper came into the ballgame 1-0 with a 1.20 ERA, 15 innings under his belt, 14 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. So this is uncharacteristic for Cooper Rawls. He's been a strike thrower up until today, and the walks got him in trouble early, and then the last 2 batters have gotten base hits. Here is Isaiah Diermeyer. Diermeyer, 455 average on the year. Outside corner, called a strike. Diermeyer, 5 of 11 on the year, 6 runs scored, 2 doubles. He does have a homer and 3 RBIs. His first time up, flew out to left to end the first inning. 1-0 pitch. Called a strike. Well, it's 0-2, isn't it? Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes on Diermeyer. Rogers at third, Castillo at second, Moore at first. Nobody out. 2-0 Cedar Valley. The pitch. Froze him on the breaking pitch. Strike 3. You could kind of see those heels lean back as that's strikeout number 4 for Cooper Rawls. And boy, wouldn't it be amazing if he gets out of this with just 1 run. Here's Leo Aguilar, popped up to the catcher. You're looking for another one of those strikeouts or an infield pop-up. First pitch. Fouled off to the right side. And it's no balls and 1 strike as Rawls snaps that glove down after he got that ball back. He's kind of frustrated at himself right here and trying to bear down and compete right here. Grind it through this inning. Here's the 0-1. And that ball's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, we've had someone check in on the live chat. If you want to check in on that YouTube live chat, feel free to let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from, or any of the parents that are in that remind system. Here's the 1-1. Little tapper could, oh, he dropped it. That was double play, and it's going to go off the glove of Rawls for an error, and another run comes home. Cooper Rawls just took his eye off the ball for a moment, and he missed it. Boy, that had 1, 2, 3 double play written all over it. And as is, everybody's safe and everybody moves up. 3-0 Cedar Valley. 2 runs are in the inning. Still only 1 out. Well, you got exactly what you needed there. Double play ball. And unfortunately, Cooper just couldn't quite. The ball went off the end of the bat, so may have altered his perception on how quickly it was going to get there. We'll have to continue to work here. 7th batter of the inning. Breaking pitch, swung on and missed. This is Dakota Moore now. He struck out looking his first time up. Moore, 167 on the year. 1 for 6 coming into the ballgame. Couple runs scored. No RBIs for Moore yet. He's looking for some right here. 0-1. Infield pop-up, that'll work. Morissette camped, makes the catch. 2 outs. So that's what you need right there. Is another one of those. Now with 2 outs, you can play big infield and tee it up right here. A forced play at all 4 bases. And here's the left-handed batting shortstop, Ben Cross. He walked his first time up. Cross on the season, 273 average. 3 runs scored. Does have a triple to his credit and 1 RBI. First pitch misses, ball 1. 3-0 Cedar Valley. 3 runs on 4 hits. Apaches no runs on 1 hit. On the top of the 3rd inning, we're in Tyler at Mike Carter Field. Time called now by Cross. Walls come set. Bases are still loaded. Foul straight back off the netting. Pretty good swing right there by the shortstop Cross. Cooper Rawls desperately trying to get the Apaches back into the first base dugout. Here's the pitch. And that ball's low. Good job there by Kendall Price to block that pitch. Saved a run. 2-1 now on Ben Cross. We're at the 8th spot in the Sun lineup. Leadoff hitter Chandler Boyd led this inning off. Ground ball right side through the hole. 1 run's going to be scoring. Here comes the 2nd run. Throw from right field, and that runner's going to be way out. So nice job by Fiver to keep that 2nd run from scoring. But 1 run does score. It's an RBI single for Ben Cross. And Castillo came home to score the 1st run. Moore was the victim at home plate on the 9-2 putout. So that'll end the top of the 3rd, but the Suns put up 3 more runs, and your new score for Mike Carter is Cedar Valley 4, Tyler 0. Nine, 1-2 for the Apaches as we head to bottom of inning number 3. 7-inning game here in the opener. We'll play 2 today, 7 and a 9. First pitch misses low. 1 ball, no strikes to the Apache shortstop, Jacoby Bogue. Bogue, the sophomore from Van, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 4-0 Cedar Valley. Single run in the 1st inning, and they just put 3 on the board in the 3rd against Cooper Rawls. Well, you had a chance to get out of that inning. Maybe with no runs. I'm trying to think if that double play ball would have. I think it might have. Yeah, no, they had already scored a run, so. Pop up left field. And this is Dearman out there. Easy play in left, 1 out. That'll bring up the top of the lineup, Jacob Johnson for the 2nd time. Jacob Johnson, Yeah, I guess I better get rid of that overlay. I'll let you watch the game. Johnson on the season, .412 average, 14 for 34, 8 runs scored, 7 doubles, leads the club. At 5 RBIs to go with those 7 doubles. First pitch misses 1-0 to center fielder Jacob Johnson. Ryan Ratliff still on the mound for the Suns. He'll fall behind here 2-0. Cedar Valley coming off a doubleheader sweep of the Laterno JVs. They are 3-2 on the young season, are the Suns. And these are their last games before heading off to Metro Athletic Conference play against Richland. 2-0 pitch, going to miss outside. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk puts Johnson on first base. That's what the Apaches need right there. That's the second walk of the day for Ratliff. Here's Eric Owen. Eric Owen off to a nice start as well. He's batting .400 so far. 14 of 35. Second in the team in runs scored with 12. Couple of doubles, 11 RBIs. First pitch just misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. .1-0 pitch. Misses inside, 2-0. Well, as Stan corrected, we actually did nudge up by 1 degree. It's 46 right now. So, did not think we could get any warmer, but we call it a heat wave. 2-0 pitch in there, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Popped out of play, and it's 2-2. Well, wow. So the winds are going to shift, and they're actually calling for a warming trend here this evening. So, very odd weather pattern. As that cold front that moved through, I watched last night, is going to kind of back up and be a stationary front. We're going to get some southerly winds tonight, and it's going to actually get into the 50s after dark. Line drive, center field, and this could be a double play. The throw behind the runner, Johnson scampering, and just gets there in time. Almost a double play. Owen scorched that ball on the L8, and Johnson had to hurry back to ward off the double play bid, as Rogers caught that ball and made a pretty good throw to Grant Moore at first base, but Johnson beat it there. So with 2 outs and 1 aboard, here's Michael Morissette for the second time. He grounded out to second his first time up. So we actually may get a little warmer as the evening progresses, as much as that's a strange phenomenon. Well, normally when that sun goes down, temperature goes with it. There's a line drive to center field, and reaching up, making the grab is Billy Rogers. Boy, if he doesn't catch that, that's going to be a run. Nice job in center of staying with that ball by Billy Rogers. Morissette and Owen scorched their balls. Both of them put good swings on the ball, but come up with nothing for it. The Apaches do get a runner on base. Can't do anything with it. We'll go to the 4th. It's 4-0 Cedar Valley. All right, welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Appreciate you joining the broadcast. Give a shout out here to Monica Fragosa, watching her nephew from Brownsville. Appreciate her checking in. The new pitcher for the Apaches is Sean Beasley, right-hand sophomore from Van, 6'2" and 165. For Beasley, outing number 5 of the year. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Beasley is 2-0 with a 1.29 ERA. This is his 5th appearance of the season. He does not have a start to his name. 7 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, and 2 walks for the sophomore from Van, Sean Beasley. Kind of waved through that. This is the 9-hitter, Blake Birdwell. He struck out swinging his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Birdwell's down for the second time in as many at-bats. That's going to be strikeout number 5 for the Suns. First strikeout for Beasley. And back to the top we go. This is Chandler Boyd. Misses off the plate. The 1-0. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Whew. That one looked like it was off the plate. Called a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Fouled straight back. And the count is even now, 2-2. So appreciate rooting for Leonard Aguilar. All right, thank you for clarifying that. Fly ball right side out of play. Do it again. So appreciate Ms. Fergosa checking in. Hope she's enjoying the broadcast. Probably a good bit warmer down there than it is here. 2-2. Well hit to center, and Johnson can't make the grab. He tried to dive and make the catch and came up without a ball in his glove, and hustling into second is Chandler Boyd. Second double of the game for Boyd. He doubled in the first inning, so he's 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 doubles. Here's Billy Rogers now. Rogers 0 for 1 with a walk. Top of this Cedar Valley lineup has made it work. They're leading 4-0. We're in the top of the 4th. This is a 7-inning ball game. You got to try to stop the bleeding here. Apache's already trailed by 4. The pitch. Missed outside, ball 1. Mentioned earlier, Rogers, a .550 average. Leads the team with 8 RBIs. Looking for number 9 right here. Ball's high and deep to right field. Fiver going back. He looks like he's got room, and he catches it on the warning track, and tagging and going to third is Boyd. Well hit ball by Rogers. Moves the runner to third base with 2 outs. Here's Jose Castillo. Well, Castillo is hitting .500 coming into the ball game. And Grant Moore, who's on deck, is hitting .083. So I got to believe you want to be careful here. Strike 1. And the other thing, you got a right-on-right matchup with Moore. You're going right on left here against Castillo. Little chopper. Is it going to stay fair? Morissette catches it. Who's going to call it? Called. Okay, home plate umpire called foul ball. Ball just faded to the right side of the first baseline, and think technically before the bag it's the home plate umpire's call, and after the bag it's that first base umpire's call. So Mr. Home plate umpire had his hands up calling a foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. Pop up, this should end the inning. Johnson in shallow center field makes the grab, and that's the end of the 4th inning for the Cedar Valley Suns. They do get a guy to third, a 1-out double by Chandler Boyd, but he's stranded over at third base. And we'll head to the bottom half of inning number 4. We are halfway home here in this 7-inning ball game. 4-0 Cedar Valley. Four, 5, and 6 for the Tyler Apaches. This is Jason Ballou for the second time. Struck out swinging his first time up. Actually had a check swing that just glanced ever so slightly off his bat. And he was called out when the catcher caught the ball. So Ballou 0 for 1 today. First pitch misses, ball 1. Ratliff still on the mound for the Suns. And he'll fall behind Ballou here, 2-0. Well, you need some base runners to try to chip away to 4-0 Cedar Valley lead. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Suns. No runs on 1 hit for the Apaches. 2-0, and he misses high and away, 3-0. And now you're seeing Ryan Ratliff walk around the mound just a bit, take a deep breath. Nothing going on in that Cedar Valley bullpen, just a little bit of milling around there, and that pitch is called a strike. It looks like you got somebody stepping onto the mound. Not sure he's throwing yet. Still getting loose. 3-1 pitch. Missed inside. And Ballou is a leadoff walk. Well, that's the Apaches need that. They need some base runners here. And couple of walks, couple of hits, you're right back in this thing. Here's Seth Ballinger now for the second time. He did walk his first time up, so Ballinger without an official at bat yet in this one. Well, now you do have a left-hander tossing in that Cedar Valley bullpen. So, let's see how long Coach Daly wants to stay with Ryan Ratliff. First pitch swinging, pops it up left field. And actually, Rogers in center will call off Diermeyer for out number 1. F8 if you're scoring at the house. It's going to bring up Fiver Trimble. Fiver with a base hit to center his first time up. Ballou at first. And here's Trimble. That's well hit to center, and Rogers makes the catch. He'll put on the brakes here. Thought about throwing behind Ballou at first base, but well hit ball by Fiver. But Rogers did well to run that ball down in shallow right center field. 2 outs now in the inning. Here's Heath Hood for the second time. Hood hit a ground ball to third his first time up. 0 for 1. hustled down the line to beat out the double play, so almost got him inside, called a ball. 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little delayed steal, throw to second. I think he's out, and he is out. So Ballou, little delay steal right there, and Coach Wren just trying to get some kind of momentum going, and that'll end it. 3 up and 3 down. The walk to Ballou is gunned down by the catcher, Leo Aguilar. Good throw right there. That ball was right at the corner of the bag. The Suns hold on to a 4-0 lead. We head to the top of inning number 5. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of the 5th. 4, 5, and 6 for Cedar Valley. Ground ball left side foul. And it's 0-1 on Grant Moore. Sean Beasley back on the mound for the Apaches. Trying to keep the Suns right where they're at. They lead at 4-0. All 4 runs off the starter, Cooper Rawls. Grant Moore struck out looking in the first, singled to left, or center in the 3rd inning. 1 for 2. Well, I don't know. Somebody putting their hand up there wanting a broken finger. It's 0-2 on first baseman Grant Moore. The pitch. Boy, just gets a piece of that. Hanging tough. And the count will stay, no balls and 2 strikes. Apaches have just been able to muster up 1 hit so far. Another foul ball. Good job here by Moore, spoiling a couple of good pitches. The only hit by the Apaches was a Fiver Trimble single in the 2nd inning. Just haven't been able to figure out the right-handed sophomore from Emory, Texas, Ryan Ratliff. Ratliff has thrown 66 pitches in 4 innings of work. And we talked about the left-hander who's tossing in the Cedar Valley bullpen, so we'll see how far Coach Daly wants to go with his starter as Cedar Valley starts conference play this week. Swing and a miss. He got him to chase one. Fire down to first base. Price throws him out. So that's going to be 2nd strikeout for Beasley and the 6th strikeout for Sun hitters. So after today, the next games will be Wednesday at Richland for the Cedar Valley club, and then they got a doubleheader at home against the Thunder Ducks on Friday and Saturday. Actually, not doubleheaders. I think those are all single games. So they're playing 3-game series over there in the Metro now. A little different format than when we were in there. We were in that conference for 5 years. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off the netting to the right. It's quickly 0-2. This is Isaiah Diermeyer now for the 3rd time. fly ball to left and a strikeout looking for his first hit. That ball, the umpire's running after the foul ball. Come on now, somebody's got to get out of the dugout. Back in the day, I might have had somebody running for that. I have to have Mr. Umpire go get that ball. Pitch misses off the plate. It's 1-2. All right, Longboat Key, Florida. Mr. Spinozzi. Swing and a miss. Got him. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts for Beasley here in the inning. His 3rd of the game, 7th of the game of Sun batters. And with 2 away, here's Leo Aguilar. So Mr. Spinozzi saying hello to me and Dr. Johnson, who's still up in the press box. Don't blame him. There's a 30-degree temperature differential between up here and down there. Although it doesn't look too bad. I see a lot of folks that are quite comfortable out there. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we've had some colder days. I think we had last weekend or a couple. We've had some pretty chilly days so far here at Mike Carter in the early going. 1-1 pitch. Foul tip, and Kendall Price holds on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Sean Beasley has struck out both Cedar Valley Suns this inning. Here's the 1-2. Off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aguilar popped up to the catcher in the 2nd inning. He reached on a ball that could have been a double play that went off the glove of Cooper Rawls. Really kind of opened that inning up for the Suns as they put 3 runs on the board that inning. It would have potentially ended the inning with just 1 run in. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Sean Beasley, nice job there, struck out the side. For Beasley, his 4th strikeout and the 8th strikeout for Sun hitters. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 5. It's the bottom of the Apache lineup. Hood, Price, and Bogue to come and face Ryan Ratliff. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. 7-8-9 for the Apaches. They have some work to do. They're down 4. There you go, a leadoff single off the bat of Heath Hood. And the Apaches need to scratch and claw here. They're trailing 4-0 in the 5th. This is a 7-inning game. So a 1B8 for Heath Hood gets the ball rolling. Here's Kendall Price. Only the 2nd at bat of the ball game as Ryan Ratliff has thrown 67 pitches now in this ball game. We're in the 5th inning, so it's been really efficient so far. He did have a 25-pitch 2nd inning, but other than that, done a really nice job. First pitch misses. It's 1-0. The left-hander continues to heat up in the Cedar Valley bullpen, so he's ready if needed. Now, it's just a matter of whether Coach Daly likes what he sees from Ratliff or whether he wants to go to the reliever. Little blooper to center and falls in for a hit. Well, that's a line drive in the scorebook. 1B8 back-to-back, and the Apaches are in business now here with the first 2 runners aboard. Here's Jacoby Bogue. Well, now, do you let Bogue hit, or do you maybe think about, I would consider laying down a drag bunt here, try to get a hit out of it. You know, I hate to give up the out. You're getting close to the end of the ball game, but if Jacoby can lay one down here and beat it out, boy, you'd have bases loaded, no one out. Ratliff comes set, the pitch. Takes strike 1. I understand that you're down to your last 9 outs here, and you're down 4. Still plenty of ball game to go, but you also just hate to give up outs. But you're still looking at a donut on that board, 4-0. 0-1 the pitch. Misses high and tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jacoby Bogue steps back in. Flew out to left field in his only at bat so far. On the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Cedar Valley. The pitch. Well hit center field, and Rogers makes the sliding catch. That's a nice play by Billy Rogers. Boy, we've had some line drives right at that center fielder 3 times today. Owen hit a bullet to center, as did Fiver Trimble. But Bogue now drills one, so we're making good contact. We're just hitting them right at him. Well, it rolls it back to the top. Here's Jacob Johnson. 2 on, 1 out. We're in the 5th inning. The Apaches need some offense here, and Johnson's going to ask for time. He has struck out swinging and walked, so he's 0 for 1 today. Johnson, .412 average on the year, 14 of 34. Pitch gets away, runners advance. Well, there's some free bases for you. That will help the cause for the Tyler Apaches. Now, with a base open, you kind of wonder if they may go ahead and be a little more careful with Johnson here. You know, wild pitch moves the runners across to second and third. Price at second, Hood at third. And a dangerous Jacob Johnson at the plate. 0 for 1. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball to short. Runner's coming home. The run will score. And the out is recorded at first base. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. Hood comes home to score the Apaches' first run, and it's 4-1. So no longer a shutout. And boy, you'd love to get this second run in if you're an Apache fan. Ryan Ratliff had been tossing a shutout until that last play. 2 outs in the inning now in the 5th. We're playing 7 here in the opener. And it's 4-1 now. And Eric Owen steps in. First pitch, just missed, not much. All right. We've heard from Liz Marcelano. Appreciate her checking in. Rooting for the Suns. From Team Leo Aguilar. Pitch is called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Suns 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The Apaches 1 run on 3 hits. They've committed 1 error. 1-1 pitch coming up. Off the plate, 2-1. Well, you got Morissette on deck. And a 2-1 count to Eric Owen. the pitch. Pop up, out of play to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Apaches are 9-1 in the friendly confines here at Mike Carter Field, and 2-0 on the road. And they very well could be 12-0. They let one get away against Frank Phillips late. A really nice start for the Apaches. 2-2 pitch. He almost got hit. Owen kind of turned his front shoulder in like you want those hitters to do, and boy, the ball somehow missed him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Well, you wonder if you go to the left-hander with Morissette here coming up on deck. The 3-2 pitch. Well hit to center. Again, Rogers got a beat on it, makes the grab. Boy, that's 4 line drives to center. A bunch of atom balls by the Apache hitters. And Rogers is earning his money out there in center field. But the Apaches do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a couple guys on. We'll head to the 6th. This is a 7-inning game. It's 4-1 now. Cedar Valley leads it. And welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Bottom third of the Cedar Valley lineup. This is Dakota Moore for the 3rd time. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Popped up to first base in the 3rd inning. 4-1 Cedar Valley. The Apaches with 1 run in that last frame. Pop up left side, and Heath Hood is going to squeeze that in foul territory for out number 1. So if you're scoring at the house, it's FO5. And that'll bring up Ben Cross. Here's Cross for the 3rd time. Walked in the 2nd. RBI single to right field in the 3rd. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Sean Beasley came on in the 4th inning and has done a nice job. Nothing but zeros on the board so far. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Beasley has struck out 4 Suns since entering the ballgame. And that's Tapper foul off the foot of Ben Cross. And on a cool day, that's not going to feel great. Cross seems to be fine. The Apaches have 9 different pitchers. They're 11-1, and 9 different pitchers have wins so far. Kind of an interesting factoid. Look at their stat sheet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pop up off to the left side. That's going to go into that maintenance area over there, and we'll never see that ball ever again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chopper, this is a tough play. Bogue comes across the infield and just does get the runner. Despite the sales job by Ben Cross, he came across first base with his hands open, and Coach Daly, I'm not sure. We don't have instant replay here, so he's just going to go out there and talk to Mr. Umpire. Let him know he thought he missed it, and for whatever reason, Ben Cross is going to stay at first, kind of like the replay scenario, but sorry, we're not in the big leagues. He might as well head back to that dugout. I don't think there's any appeal on this. This is simply Coach Daly letting that first base umpire know he thought he missed it. So sometimes you got to do that. You see your guy hustle down the line. You want to back him up a little bit. Good play by Jacoby Bogue, and there's 2 away here for Blake Birdwell, the 9-hitter in the Cedar Valley lineup. Swing and a miss, strike 1. See a pretty good slider from Sean Beasley today. 0-1. Pop up right side. Morissette coming in. Plenty of room. Makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning for Sean Beasley. F3 if you're scoring at the house. We'll head to the bottom half of the 6th. The Apaches still got some work to do. It's 4-1 Cedar Valley. All right, the Suns have gone to their bullpen for the first time today. Left-hand sophomore from Mansfield Summit High School, 6 foot 150, Ryan Foley. Ryan Foley is the new pitcher for the Cedar Valley Suns. And for Foley, this is his 3rd appearance of the season. 0-0 with a 2.25 ERA, 4 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk for the sophomore from Mansfield Summit, Ryan Foley. And he will face 3, 4, and 5. Morissette, Ballou, and Ballinger scheduled to hit for Tyler Junior College. First pitch was in there, strike 1. 0-1 pitch in there. 0-2. Apaches now with 3 hits on the ball game. Led last inning off with back-to-back singles to center by Hood and Price, and could only muster up 1 run. A couple of line drives to center. The pitch. Pop up, and this is going to be Cross at shortstop. Boy, a little shaky, but makes the play. Never a doubt. He kept the feet moving, and that's what you ask your guys to do on those kind of balls, is Just keep your feet moving. He was doing a little Texas two-step waiting for that ball to come down. And it was hit up a ways. Morissette hit that ball way in the air, and Ben Cross stayed with it, made the grab. So F6 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Jason Ballou now for the third time. Struck out swinging and walked. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the right side, out of play. One out, nobody aboard. We're in the bottom of inning number 6. This is a 7-inning game here in the opener. Doubleheader day at Mike Carter. 0-1 pitch is going to miss. It's 1-1. The Suns trying to take their record to 4-2 on the year. 1-1 pitch fouled off the catcher, Aguilar. That ball go off the top of his mask. It's 1-2 on Ballou. Jason Ballou, 294 on the season. 4 doubles, a couple of homers, 11 RBIs. You got 4 Apaches right now with 11 RBIs. Meisner's got 11. Trimble's got 11. Ballou's got 11, and Owen's got 11. Just missed on the inside corner. Ryan Foley thought he had strike 3. So you like to see that at the top of your RBI chart, you got 4 different guys. Morissette not far behind with 10. Strike 3 called now. So Ballou strikes out for the second time today. That's the first strikeout for Ryan Foley. And just the 4th strikeout of Apache batters. Here's Seth Ballinger now. Ballinger walked and flew out to center field. So he's 0 for 1. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different times center fielder has fielded the ball. This is a fly ball. And the shortstop, Ben Cross, camped under it, made the nice play for the final out. So 3 up, 3 down. Nice job by reliever Ryan Foley to get the Apaches in order in the 6th. We'll head to the 7th. This is a 7-inning ball game. 4-1 Cedar Valley. And welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Miss Owenga has checked in from Overton. Go Apaches. Appreciate her shooting me that note on the Remind text system. And the Suns will bring the top of their lineup to the plate against Sean Beasley. He has thrown 40 pitches in relief. He came on in the 4th inning. This is Chandler Boyd now, 4th at bat of the game. 2 doubles and a walk. 2 for 2. Nice ball game for the leadoff hitter, Chandler Boyd. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 7th. 7-inning ball game in the opener of the doubleheader. Boyd going to a knee on that swing and a miss. Nobody on, nobody out. The pitch. Strike 3 on the swing and miss. Boy, really good slider for Sean Beasley today. He's made a lot of Cedar Valley Suns swing and miss at that pitch. That will be strikeout number 5 for Beasley. 9 Suns have struck out today. Here's Billy Rogers, the center fielder. We noted how many plays he's made out there. Swing and a miss. He's going to stay with that slider. So 0-1. Apaches have hit a lot of balls right at people today, especially in center field. The 0-1. Tapper to second. This is going to be Ballinger on the run. Makes the play, 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Jose Castillo now, 4th time up. Castillo's got a couple of base hits. 2 for 3. RBI and a run scored. Designated hitter batting in the 3 position for Coach Robert Daly in his 13th season. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Boy, Beasley just has thrown really well here. The Apaches have not given him any kind of run support. It's making these guys look bad here. That slider, Suns have not been able to figure it out. 0-2 on Castillo. Probably going to see about 3 more of those. Here's the 0-2. Nope, sees a fastball, fights it off. This is Bogue. He's going to have to rifle it over there, and he does. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. And the Suns go in order in the 7th. Well, the Apaches, they need 3 to tie and 4 to walk them off. We go to the 7th, bottom of the 7th of a 7-inning ball game. Cedar Valley 4, Tyler 1. Well, let's play a little catch-up here. And just realizing that Miss Johnson checking in from Bullard. Appreciate her doing that. And, of course, we've heard from Miss Fergosa, watching her nephew from Brownsville, rooting for Leonard Aguilar. And we just gave a little shout-out to Overton, watching it on YouTube, the Go Apaches from Rhonda Wengo. So appreciate all the shout-outs on the Remind system and also on the YouTube live chat. We just heard from Angela Salvalio, rooting for Jacoby Bogue there. So, all right, here you go, Apache fans. You're down to your last 3 outs here. You trail by 3, and it's going to be 6, 7, and 8. 5 are Trimble, Heath Hood, and Kendall Price scheduled to hit for the Apaches. First pitch misses, ball 1. Ryan Foley came on in relief in the 6th inning, excuse me. He's thrown 1 inning. He threw 9 pitches in getting the Apaches 1-2-3. Outside corner called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fiver. Fiver singled to center back in the 2nd inning and hit a line drive to end inning number 4 at the center fielder. 1-1. Well hit, left field. Diermeier's got room, though, makes the catch, and there's 1 out. F7 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Heath Hood, down to your last 2 outs. Apaches 11-1 now, with a 5-game winning streak in jeopardy. Heath Hood steps in, grounded out to third, singled to center. He has scored the only Apache run. First pitch misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody in the on-deck circle at the moment. We'll see who comes out of that dugout. We have a pinch hitter for Kendall Price. Fly ball, center field. Rogers going back to the warning track. Runs it down right in front of the wall. He has handled 7 balls out there, and he's done a nice job. Now you're down to your last out. Now who's it going to be? And can't tell right now. Going to have a pinch hitter. It's Nick Willoughby. So Willoughby's going to get the pinch hit here with 2 outs. He's the last hope for the Apaches. Willoughby on the year, 2 for 6, 3 runs scored. No extra base hits for Willoughby. His job is to get on base. Can't hit a 4-run homer with nobody on. Guess we'll take a solo shot, but Apaches need some runners. Ryan Foley is doing a great job for the Suns. He's retired all 5 Apaches that he's faced. 0-1 on Willoughby. The pitch. Foul tip. Now you're down to your last strike. Well, you got to like what you're seeing from Ryan Foley if you're Robert Daly getting ready to start conference play this week against Richland. And Mr. Foley has come in and thrown strikes. Gotten the Apaches out. Fouled straight back. Willoughby fights off a fastball inside. Well, anytime a guy can come out of that bullpen and retire 5 in a row at a key spot in the game, you have to be impressed with that. Still 0-2 on Willoughby, the pinch hitter. The pitch. Popped off to the right side out of play, and we'll do it again. We will take about a 20-minute break between ball games. We'll sign off of this broadcast, and then we'll reopen another one. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of 7. The pitch. Look out, hit the bull. That one got away from Ryan Foley. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you're just trying to get on base if you're Nick Willoughby here. The pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got Jacoby Bogue on deck, and then it would be the top of the lineup. So you're just trying to get to the top of that lineup with a couple of guys on. 2-2 pitch. Popped out of play to the right side. We'll do it again. Cedar Valley dugout fired up. They're 1 strike away from a road victory here and their 3rd win in a row. 2-2 pitch. Well hit into the corner. This is not going to be an out. Willoughby will hit first, and he's going to be running to second, and he'll make it there safely. A 2-out, 2-strike pinch hit double for Nick Willoughby. Well, there's a good sign. Tell you what, coming off the bench is not an easy thing to do, and Willoughby steps off the bench and knocks a double into the left field corner. Here's Jacoby Bogue now. Well, you got to just keep scrapping here. Try to get Johnson, Owen, and Morris at to the plate with a chance to tie or win the game. 2 outs, bottom of 7. Apache's trying to create a little Mike Carter magic here in the bottom of the 7th. They trail 4-1. First pitch, low, ball 1. Apache dugout trying to generate a little energy here. One ball, no strikes on 9-hitter Jacoby Bogue. He has popped up to left and lined out to center. 0 for 2 in the ball game. One 0 pitch. Just off the plate, 2-0. All right, we've heard from Angela. She's proud aunt watching in Grand Saline. Root for Jacoby. He's at the plate now. Time is called as Ryan Foley wants to talk things over with Leo Aguilar. Well, if you're Cedar Valley, you just need to go right at Jacoby Bogue here. Force him to put this ball in play. You don't want to give him a freebie. 2 balls and no strikes on Bogue. The pitch. Big swing by Jacoby. And it's 2 balls and a strike. If you're Nick Willoughby out at second, you don't need to be taking any chances. You're the last out there, and your run really doesn't mean anything at this point. 2-1 pitch. That's going to be low, 3-1. Bogue 1 pitch away from bringing the tying run to the plate in Jacob Johnson. That's exactly what the Apaches need here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-1, the pitch. Pop up, left side. Is it going to stay in play? And just drifts out into those bleachers. And now it's going to be a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-1 Cedar Valley. A 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 7-inning ball game, so this is it. Once again, the Apaches down to their last strike. Here's the pitch. Well hit left field. That's into the corner again, and it's 4-2. Bogue's going to stay at first base to be safe. And, boy, back-to-back 2-out doubles down to their last strike on 2 occasions. And, boy, can it happen? Now the tying run's going to come to home plate. And Jacob Johnson, Ryan Foley, and Coach Robert Daly out there having a chat. Coach Wren having a little powwow with the offense here. And there's life here in the 7th. Apaches back-to-back 2-out doubles, one by Nick Willoughby off the bench, pinch hit double. And now Bogue gets his first hit of the ball game. And now you got the top of the lineup with a chance to tie it. Jacob Johnson so far has struck out, walked, and grounded to short. He's 0 for 2. Johnson on the year, .412 average. He's got 7 doubles, 5 RBI. He's batting .412, 14 to 34 coming in. First pitch outside corner, strike 1. Perfect spot by Ryan Foley. Well, you got a left-on-left matchup, so Cedar Valley's got to be happy about that. 0-1 pitch coming up. Ground ball, this should do it. Grounder to second, and Boyd throws over, and there's your ball game. Well, you like to see the energy in the 7th inning, but a nice job by both Ryan Ratliff, the starting pitcher, and Ryan Foley, the reliever. Ratliff will get his first win of the year. He'll go to 1-1 on the season. Foley will get his first save of the year. The losing pitcher will be Cooper Rawls. Rawls will drop to 1-1 on the year. And the Apaches, by losing this game, will drop their overall record to 11-2 now on the season. The Cedar Valley Suns have won their 3rd game in a row, and their record will go to 4-2. So let's wrap this one up. Look at the box score real quick, and we'll get you on your way and get you a chance to go grab a little bit of grub and come back for game 2. See if we can pull this thing up here. Trying to. There we go. So on the box score for the Cedar Valley Suns, boy, the top of that lineup was really productive. Chandler Boyd, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He had 2 doubles on the day. He's probably your offensive star of the game. Jose Castillo in the 3 spot, 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Grant Moore was 1 for 3. And Ben Cross 1 for 2 with an RBI as well in the 8 spot for Coach Robert Daly. For the Apaches offensively, well, on the pitching side of it, Ryan Ratliff goes 5 innings and ends up throwing 80 pitches in earning his first win of the season. Ryan Foley came on and pitched the last 2 innings, and he gave up 2 doubles, but in the end was able to secure the last 6 outs of this ball game and earning his first save of the year. So a really nice job by the pitchers from Cedar Valley here in the opener. The Apaches on the offensive side of it, let's look at their box score. And, boy, not a lot to talk about here. Zeros all the way down to Fiver Trimble. Fiver was 1 for 3. Heath Hood 1 for 3 with a run scored. Boy, Nick Willoughby, you got to be impressed with him. He comes off the bench down to his last strike, down to the Apaches' last strike. He doubles into the left field corner and ends up scoring a run on Bogue's double. So Bogue gets a 1 for 3 day and 1 RBI. Jacob Johnson does get an RBI earlier in the ball game. So that'll wrap things up for now. The final line scores: the Cedar Valley Suns 4 runs on 6 hits. They do not commit an error. The Apaches 2 runs on 5 hits, they do commit 1 error. So we'll take about a 20-minute break. For Athletic Director Chuck Smith, Kelsey Weeks, Sherry Hardwood, the whole gang back at Wagstaff Gym. This is Dr. John Groth signing off for about 20 minutes from Mike Carter Field as the Apaches drop the opener to Cedar Valley. Cedar Valley wins it 4-2. So long, everybody.